First match of game 2, right? So let's see how they do going into this one. The Gorge, and we have the horses coming through. We've got the Musashi coming through as well. Interesting is that last pick Liang, right? He's going to be able to try and shut down and negate that Guan Yu. Just try and suppress him, keep him locked in. And he's got more ways of doing that, right? He's got his, not only his ultimate, but he's got like his Shield of Books and stuff like that. So the CC, there's plenty on the side of Blacklist.
Yeah, not only that, he's, I think his main target for the control is going to be Muchi or CY as well, because that's the one that really makes the draft strong when CY uses that Conductor of Souls. He does have that survivability.
Yeah, he does. I mean, we saw it last game with Team Secret, right? They picked it. They were able to use the Conductor of Souls at the last little part of that team fight. The sustain comes through. So it is a good pick for the side of Team Nova, and more importantly for CY. He's been showing very great jungle prowess throughout the entire of the tournament. But right now, you can kind of see a very basic early game, right? I mean, both the Lady Sun and the Ali need plenty of time to actually activate, right?
Yes, and this is where the strategy comes in, right? Nova wants to place more emphasis to allow Muchi to get that gold advantage so he can win that one-on-one against Golden Kite. They don't mind losing Wendy against Aaron in the mid lane because it doesn't matter that much.
So yeah, I mean, the Lady Gen's there to create space, right? Just use that Destructive Deluge, use their other abilities just to kind of have that CC, the untargetable, the lock-in place kind of thing, right? So just kind of used as a bit of a bait. But you can kind of see here, both on the coaches' faces of both these teams, there is a lot of tension, right? Any misstep in this early game could lead to a detriment.
Oh, they're going to look to go. Conductor of Souls is going to be committed. The Ocean of Tears, CY taking a decent amount. They're looking to fight this with the Death Precipice. They'll flash away by Chammy. He's going to be fine. But Blacklist International come out a little worse for wear.
Yeah, Chammy Whammy is able to get out of there. He's not going to get stuck in a bit of a jammy, is our boy Chammy. But right now, into the clash lane, you do see there.
Top lane, Chammy gets pushed away. No flash, of course. He's going to be pushed back into under the tower. Chammy will heal up.
How many players can he say have done that same kind of situation and stayed alive like Chammy?
I don't think we can identify any, right? Because most of the time when we see the Razor Cavalry, it's almost instant death. Right now, CY will be in charge of making this a nightmare for the side of Blacklist International.
Yeah, we can already see like the use of the Death Precipice trying to kind of slow down Chammy or Juicy there. But we see the Illuminate Slash just trying to pick up these last little bit. But Wendy is coming in with a rotate here. Perfect pass in.
Oh, go in for this one. He does a decent amount of damage. And CY will get first blood, and he walks away. In the bottom lane, they're going to go for more. Golden Kite flashing away solo, but does stay alive.
Solo Bolo there. We see that Golden Kite's able to actually just roll back. And this is a bit of the same story, but on two sides of the map, right? Chammy almost went down, and also Golden Kite almost went down. But it was kind of very, very close.
Yep. So they're dancing on knife edge at this point for the side of Blacklist International, because Nova, they can see the advantage, where they can get this advantage from, right? And at this point, Xuan, I think, has been doing a good job of controlling Chammy 1, which is not usually the case when you have this matchup, because with the slows, you know, Guan Yu doesn't get that kind of stamina recovery for his heroic charge.
Yeah, you can kind of see that CY is already leading the gold lead as well, right? Between the jungles, you got the 2.3 to the enemies at 1.9. So a lot more faster clear for the side of CY. Maybe a bit of an invite into an engage into this mid lane, just clearing it up, getting a little bit more gold because Wendy doesn't need it. But giving it over to CY is going to be a bit better in terms of this team comp, obviously in terms of the itemization and in terms of getting that speed.
Yeah, and you know, they want to have the advantage for Golden Kite, but it's pretty clear now Muchi has that. So the only other way they can come in is probably getting from Chammy's lead or Aaron's lead, both of which they don't have.
Oh, they do have the suppression. They go in Juicy, doing some serious damage. The Conductor of Souls, not enough to keep CY alive. Chammy's going to get the kill, but Juicy dies in return. It's a 1-for-1, and they both walk away. Xuan, again, just scrambling to that top lane.
Yeah, I don't know if you missed that towards the end part of that team fight, right? If those couple blades just kind of shifted a little bit more to the right, that would have been Xuan down as well.
Yeah, and take a look at the benefit of having Muchi get that early in the game. Level 6 is able to take this one, okay, I'm not going to fail my math here. It's a 3-on-1 on the Tyrant.
Quick maths by Kin Dofu, eh? Your favorite kind of Dofu. But we saw that they was able to get that neutral objective onto the side of Nova. So extra damage coming over. We can already see there's a big priority down into the farm lane T1. It kind of gives a bit more pressure over to the side of Blacklist because you know that Golden Kite doesn't have that safe space anymore.
Yep, and you can see, right, Nova is already neutralizing every single lane of pressure coming in from Blacklist. And as this goes on, you will see the lead start to widen and widen, and Blacklist will not be able to come back into this game unless Chammy gets his jam on.
He's Jam with the Wham and the Slam Blam. Thank you, ma'am. Is Chami going to be able to do it? We'll only time will tell. They were able to get the Overlord, weren't they, though? So I feel like a bit more pressure into these lanes will be good for the side of blacklist. But it does give over quite a bit of gold when they take the Vanguards on the side of Nova. And currently the gold is actually going over to Nova as well. So they're going to be careful on the side of blacklist that they don't let that kind of slip further away.
Yeah, don't let that 1,000 gold be a mistake and misunderstanding. It is going to be a big lead coming from Nova.
Big lead, but I mean, there's the Destiny counter, right? Just trying to force them away out of that one, but Destructive Deluge doing a lot of damage onto Juicy, so even if they try and take a team fight here, we're already seeing that blacklist is already playing a bit of a handicap, right?
Okay, and Golden Kite is alone. So look at what Nova is doing, right? They identified Golden Kite. He needs to make sure he steps away. The whole team is here.
Oh, Golden Kite trying to make a run for it. Not able to do it with a Story Grease Dragon. Cuts off the angle of retreat, and they're going to take out Golden Kite.
Yeah, classic case of overstaying your welcome was Golden Kite into the farm lane. He was trying to get that T1 right. We saw the hopes and dreams of Blacklist Golden Kite, but it just was crushed by Guan Yu in that farm lane. And right now, it's kind of paid dividends for the side of Nova. They're able to get to this T2, try and take it, but they're fighting on two fronts here.
Yeah, so from an aggression on the bot T1, it becomes now aggression to the T2 on the side of Blacklist International as well. And here's the thing, Aaron just hit level 8, he does not have the gold, he does not have the EXP, so it's really hard for him to get the damage in. Right now, there's not enough damage coming in from Blacklist International at all.
Yeah, not enough damage at all, right? I mean, we can kind of see the Scepter of Reverberation come through for Gan and Mo, but we have the Mask of Agony onto Lady Chen, so a very big core item. Doomsday being built onto Muchi on the Ali, and we get the Axe of Torment coming through for Golden Kite, so he's already built that anti-squishy hero item, so Meteor already been built, so the armor penetration's there as well.
Yeah, and this is really important if they want to survive in the mid-game. Right now, we are still in early game, guys. 7 minutes into the game, 3-1 scoreline. Nova definitely has and will need to push the advantage, because if they don't, they allow Blacklist to recover. Late game Gan and Mo, Aaron's going to be a beast.
Oh, but look in the mid lane. It looks like there's going to be a little bit of action. A team gathering more than anything else. And CY just scaring them away. And they're taking a decent amount with the flowing sight. All 5 of them will back off.
Yeah, I think that was a bit of a counter-engage from the thanks for the Diadea, right? That Destiny counter was just keeping
Oh, Tammy got caught out with a flash, not able to get away, and Waypin's going to get that kill. Nova Esports now looking to make their way into the mid lane, put a little bit of pressure on that T1.
Yeah, a lot more pressure onto the T1 into the Clash lane, and they're looking to put some pressure here into the T2, so almost reciprocating the farm lane. Already conditioned down there, but here we go!
Backside, and they find Aaron, they get another pick off, and Nova Esports, they don't care where the T1 is, they haven't even taken that one out, they're going to dive, and they're going to make it super difficult for you to get any sort of farm.
Yep, the timing by Nova is just so impeccable, right? Because at this time, every kill they take, they can convert it into something, and right away, there's the T3 exposed for the side of Blacklist International.
Yeah, I mean, the fight may not just end here, right? We were able to get the Crimson Golem over to the side of Blacklist, but that's kind of just like a very minor victory, right? Just keeping hold of those buffs that should be rightfully yours if you still have control of your jungle. But right now, we see that Nova are 26k to 22 on the side of Blacklist, and they're just helping themselves to their jungle.
Yep, 4,000 is a big marker, especially when you're playing against a team like Nova, right? That 4,000 goal lead feels like it's 10, feels like it's 20. And at this point, 8.5 minutes into the game, Blacklist need to figure something out, because if they don't do this soon, I'm thinking, what, 12 minutes? It could spell the end of the game for them for number 1.
Yeah, I mean, we speak about Blacklist doing something, right? So what can they do in this game 1, right, against the side of Nova?
Chemi has to perform like a absolute menace, right? He needs to be able to catch the backlines on Nova, or at this case, just anyone. Yeah. More than one person will do, but anyone from the side of Nova.
Yeah, I mean, anybody right now, right? Anyone can answer the call on Blacklist, right? Anyone want to actually do anything, they need to take some of these towers as well, because they have no T1s. They only have one neutral objective going for the side of Blacklist, but right now, that's not actually going to serve them any kind of
they get the pick off and they destroy him. Golden Kite with a nice ambush. Blacklist International sticking together, find that pick off.
Okay, that's a good start, right? Yep. But they need a little bit more right now. Can they get more out of the map? Because right now, pressure coming in from Nova.
Yeah, a lot of pressure here from Nova. We can see the T2 looking to be assaulted here from that team. Nova is not going to be able to clean it up here, because we see the couple blades come through. They're able to clear the minion wave as well. Chami was actually waiting in the bot.
Yep, they may have called out Chami. No, not Chami. Xuan at this point. Right now, Xuan I think is the most survivable out of Nova, just based on the fact of his rotations, right? But at the same time, Xuan is also the most vulnerable because if he gets consistently stunned up, he's gonna die.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, to take a man off his horse is kind of like a bit not fatal as he was before, right? He's not be able to trample all over the noggins of Blacklist.
Oh, the Razor Cavalry on the backside with the heroic charge, and Chami gets blown up with Chaz. Both of them getting killed. Juan with a nice play, repositioning. They're going to take the turn as well.
Yep. Neutral objectives, kills, everything. Itemization going over to the side of Nova for now, right?
Aaron all by himself. He's just trying to split push, but all he can do is throw in a couple of blades. He's going to get under tower, and he's going to get sliced and diced, and Zwan will pick that one off as well.
Yep, they're falling, they're crumbling. Blacklist International, they're struggling to keep up against the pacing of Nova. And once again, we might see another monster game this time coming out from Nova.
Yeah, I mean, I think the side of Blacklist, right, they just kind of need to go back to the topping board, right? Just chalk up something that's going to work, because now that they've lost the higher ground turrets, that comeback that we was talking about maybe just even moments ago doesn't look like it's going to happen, right?
Yep, even if they make the catch, it's not going to be a kill.
Muji does some work, and Chaz gets blown up. The Stormbringer Dragon on the backside, they've gotten 3. With Eric coming right back into this one, he wants to fight, but Golden Kite down. I don't know how you can fight. The base is wide open. The mid and the bottom T3s have been there. They do have the minions. CY still up in front. He needs to be careful. Juicy taking a lot of damage. He does get killed. He gets executed. CY will take that, and it looks like Nova Esports have got this game with Aaron. One last chance in the fountain, just trying to stay alive. They don't have the minions, but Nova Esports will just wait for the last super minion to be here, and it looks like Nova Esports will take game 1. And again, it seemed very systematic, but they were able to take this one out. Very well played by Nova Esports.
Yeah, with time on their side, right? The privilege of the Death Spawner. They was able to get the minions all the way to that crystal, even with like no pressure. Just to say, hey bro, we got 5 people here. What's the matter? We can do this.
Yep, they're just on a different tier, right? Because at this point, every